Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the Big Juicy channel. I'm your host Big Juicy, and today we are going to be talking about the wage gap. So, if you're not familiar with the wage gap is the sort of idea that men are getting paid more than women because of their sex. And I'm here to tell you that is not the case, simply because if women were getting paid less than men and that was happening, then why would people not just hire only women? It would be the logical thing to do, to pay their workers less to do the same work. Therefore, just by looking at that simple fact, we can sort of rule out, okay, this isn't a thing. I've come up with some reasons why people might think that the wage gap is a thing. Over the years, it has sort of formulated into something that it wasn't in the past. So, yes, all my sources will be linked in the bio, so you can check me on that. Our first point is the gender labor force participation. In 1965, it was said that 40% of only 40% of women were participating in the workforce. It has sort of grown since then. In 2000, it was 60% of women were participating in the workforce. So, I mean, if you have less women participating in the workforce, it is going to seem like they are getting paid less than the men. As well as the higher education status, whereas back in the 1960s and things like that, women weren't getting as high as education as the men were. So it's sort of that higher education, you get paid more. So that could also be leading to sort of, okay, women aren't getting paid because of their education. Another thing is the gender segregation sort of thing, where they're self-segregating themselves to shoot for things like sales and service jobs, whereas the men are going for more of management jobs and higher paying jobs like that, whereas the women are staying near sales and service and things that are paying like that. So I'm not saying that you as women are aiming for something lower, just saying that in the past the numbers have showed this. Also, it's the amount of time they are spending throughout the week on work, where the men are saying, okay, most of their time at work is spent at work, whereas women are spending more of their time at the house than they are at work. This could also lead to a sort of illusion that the women are getting paid less than men. All of these reasons sort of point towards the fact that there is a small wage gap, yes, but it is not because of the employers paying the women unjustly. They are getting paid for the work they do and the education they got. And as usual, I'm not doing this to prove anything for myself. I was just hearing a lot of things at school, like, oh my gosh, we're so against, or the world is against us and things like that, and that is not the case. So if you get a good education, you aim for a good job, you discuss yourself into a position, I mean, things can happen. That's it. And that's it.